Good morning to you all. As you are gathered here today to celebrate National Press Day, organized by the Dimapur Press Club, it is an opportunity for each one of us to engage, enrich, and enlighten ourselves on the theme, Changing Nature of Press. So before we dive into our promising day's schedule, may I request each and every one of you to stand up and wish each other happy International Press Day. I'm sure most of us must have not received even a greeting, so shall we all stand up and wish each other to your left, right? Thank you so much. You may all be seated. We are already behind the time, so I would like to invite the President of Dimapur Press Club, Imkong Waling, for the welcome address.
Good morning, friends, fellow journalists, and media persons. On behalf of the Dimapur Press Club, I bring warm greetings to all and also extend a warm welcome as we commemorate this day which we call the National Press Day, a day dedicated to celebrating the vital role of the press, not only in India, I believe it's all over the world. So this year, I think our theme is an apt reminder of a rapidly evolving media landscape in which we are operating. The digital revolution vis-a-vis instant news has reshaped our profession in ways and means we have never imagined, or we could have never imagined. And with that in context, we are here today to discuss the challenges and opportunities they present and to reaffirm our commitment to the profession. I am particularly excited and delighted to welcome Mr. Temjen Jamir, who is the publisher and editor of the Our Vernacular Tir Yimyim, as our team speaker. He is an entrepreneur, an activist, and also a media person. And he brings a wealth of experience and knowledge and insight, which I think we'll be hearing today and take back home and to our workplaces to think upon and consider. I also welcome the Public Relations Officer of Dimapur, Stephen Muli, and also the publisher and editor of the Murung Express, who happens to be my boss, Dr. Akab Longchari. Let's make this day to renew our dedication to our job, our profession. Thank you for joining us, and I trust you will find today's program both engaging and enriching. Let the proceedings begin. I'll keep it short. Thank you all. Welcome all once again.
Let's move on to the thought of the day as our team speaker, Sir Temjen Jamir, the editor of Tir Yimyim, who needs no introduction, shares his thoughts and wisdom. Before he takes his time, I would like to request the DPC VP to take her time to felicitate our team speaker.
My esteemed friend and chairperson of today's program, Ms. Henley, Abhik Peters of the Dimapur Press Club, and friends. Before I wish all of you the very happy National Press Day, I must firstly appreciate the President and his colleagues of our Dimapur Press Club for organizing this very important occasion for all of us within 48 hours. I found them very active and very inspiring for all of us. And we must all thank them for bringing all of us together to celebrate this joyous occasion for people like us. Friends, today is the Independence Day for all of us. When our press club approached me with a request to be the team speaker today, I was just thinking what would be the day of this National Press Day for media persons. And immediately came to my mind was that, oh, it's no other than Independence Day for media persons. So 16 November is Independence Day for us as we come together to celebrate this National Press Day. 58 years ago, it was the day when Press Council of India as a statutory body was established and it started functioning not only as a moral watchdog but also as a legal guardian for all of us to ensure that not only did the press maintain the high standards expected from this powerful medium, but also not fettered by the influence or threats of any power on earth. Most appropriately, this year, the Press Council of India has chosen today's theme as changing nature of press. It's very appropriate into this context. This theme is appropriate for obvious reason that actions of change dominates the first quarter of 21st century, particularly with changing nature of press and reaching out the audience by technological advancement in the field of mass communication. It made me understand that today's theme wants to take us to the genesis of press so that we may understand and visualize how difficult and laborious it was to bring news, and equally how it was dangerous to spread news and share ideas and information in early days of the press. The word press must have come to use from printing press, as only medium of mass communication was newspaper, printed and printing press, and the beginning of news dissemination for public. However, today, we, the press, are also identified as media, which is very common and sometimes confusing, as owners of printing press also found to be identified themselves as press. Nevertheless, the word media is also a plural form of medium. In short, media means mass communication. It proudly describes all channels of communication, including everything from printed paper to digital. So whether it is a press or media, both carry the same meaning and same task of responsibility as an agent of mass communication. It is indeed a social communication tool to share information and ideas among its community members for their benefits. It is also the same tool to collectively identify social needs, problems, and its solutions. It is a medium of education for human lives. Press also can play a role of mediator to listen to each side without partiality and present each position without bias so as to bring conflicting parties to a meeting point to settle the issue peacefully. So press and media can be used as a medium not only for reporting but even in peacemaking initiative. Positively speaking, media can safely be described as the intellectual backbone of any nation. It is the most prominent platform for sharing public opinion. In fact, history bears witness to the fact that a robust means of mass communication can change the face of any nation. Modern media that was only known as the press has its own origin that directly linked to a mutual impetus to Christian outreach ministry with the invention of printing press by Gutenberg in 1450 AD, which led to the first mass printing of 180 copies of the Bible in 1455 AD. During this period, Bible and other Christian books, tracts and periodical were instrumental in disseminating the good news of Christianity into coastal cities. At the turn of the 21st century, Time magazine named the inventor of third printing press, Johann Gutenberg, as the most important person of the past 500 years because of his invention, the printing press. Vastly accelerated the multiplications of knowledge throughout the world. It was Gutenberg's invention that gave impetus to flourish print media, which became a powerful agent of change in the world over. In the modern world of the 21st century, the changing nature of press brought many faces. Among those new faces, most prominent one is electronic social media that is available on the smartphone. It brought the entire world to our palm and made us connected. It becomes one of our basic needs now. Without being connected through social media, one is kept himself or herself isolated from the society and made lonely and bankrupt of information. As the social media not only keeps people connected with their relatives and friends, but also keep them updated and make aware of events and happenings across the world. However, the modern social media made us to confront with a number of new challenges. That is indeed a cause of serious concern for all of us today. One vital issue that concerns is alarming fake news that misinform public and allow to mislead even responsible people like us. That calls our serious attention and need to be always remain guarded. As we discuss about the changing nature of press today, it is pertinent for us that we are also mindful about potential dangers and disadvantages of using the doors of new media so that changing of nature of press does not adversely affect our integrity and commitment to the cause we dearly hold and work fearlessly and tirelessly. As we look at the advantageous side of the changing nature of press, we see a number of good areas of communication that benefit us. Amongst them, after all, it's about mass communication. The benefit of connectivity comes first. It can link with countless users anytime, everywhere. Information could be permitted globally through electronics media, and making it simple and affordable to enable people to interact with one another. It results in global relationship, friendship, so every user of social media thus becomes world citizen. In that sense, we are proud to say that we are one of the main stakeholders that makes it happen every day. The sole purpose of media, be it print or electronics, be it traditional form of media or new media in modern world, is to reach out with a message, The only difference is the degree of vastness of time and vastness of area of coverage. Indeed, nature of press is changed, but not the purpose of press. That makes our calling more loud and serious. Not long ago in our time, the last quarter of 20th century, we were using manual typewriter in our newsroom. It was laborious exercise and extremely difficult to edit and make correction. We have never heard of using computer with keyboard. However, if we compare our time of using manual typewriter with those who wrote the manuscripts of Old and New Testaments, the Bible, and the ancient scroll, where we see vast improvement, and only then we realize that our jobs was much easier than then. Certainly, the greatest advancement and technological innovation of the present era is the invention of the computer and its multiple application system. The creation of global internet and subsequent invention of mobile devices, especially smartphones, makes the entire world a global village. These incredible inventions, the hallmark of the digital age, are changing the world on every level and linking us together for good or for worse, as if the whole world is just a single place where we live together. We have entered a digital communication culture, and not only the press, but many of the traditional communication culture and system are also found changing. Today, there are about 4 billion mobile users in the world out of 8.2 billion world population. There are more mobile use in Africa than the United States. Even in Nagaland, it's my random assessment, we may have about 10 lakhs mobile phone users out of 19 lakhs population. Unlike a computer, mobile phone can carry with us always conveniently, and now carrying mobile becomes not only necessary, but our lifestyle. As we live in this new world of digital communication culture, smartphone becomes more useful than desktop personal computers and laptops. It is not made only to talk and communicate between two people, but the devices offer a wide range of functions and services far beyond phone calls and messages. That's not the end. As far as the technology and media-related progressive development is concerned, as we are completing the first quarter of 21st century, another amazing invention that is emerging is artificial intelligence. The year 2023 is being marked as beginning of artificial intelligence era, with major companies like OpenAI, Microsoft, and Coco launching various artificial intelligence tools in an effort to lead the field today. AI tools such as ChatGPT have the capacity to write books, speech, compose songs, code programs, and make plans for humans. Believe it or not, artificial intelligence has become indispensable in our lives. Government and enterprises, for that matter, even a newsroom and news reporting that fails to integrate AI into their system will be left behind. We have already witnessed AI replacing numerous jobs, and it will continue in almost all the sectors of human activities. Imagine using artificial intelligence to edit news, cross-check reporting, and editorial discussion. Now with this computer software AI technology, human languages also can be translated in months, not years. We live in the first period of history when every single person on earth can be reached with latest news of daily happening in and around the world. This is the best generation of generations that we are experiencing, living, and working today. In the midst of present day's media explosion, it depends on us, the users, whether we use these media platforms to our benefit or we let new media and artificial intelligence use us and make our life artificial, counterfeit, and unproductive. We may not fully aware, but this technological explosion impacts us daily. We cannot escape from it. Rather, we became a part of this digital community today. A new culture of communication brought by this digital age is online service, be it news services, commercial, religious, social, or even political affair. There is no more excuses for all of us in this world of new media for being unable to reach out. Modern communication technology that keeps unchanging the nature of press makes the tasks of media person, very fortunately, very conveniently, more easier, faster, and wider, but becomes more challenging as we are responsible for quality. We are responsible for quality and reliability of our own reports. As we endeavor to know more about the fast-changing nature of media, what actually we ought to communicate or deliver to people as media persons, it must be our committed moral and social responsibility to let people know their rights and their duties, and the most importantly, keep them informed and updated so that they are not misled. They are nor misled, neither deprived. We have doors to communicate and platform to share not only information but even our thoughts and ideas with others worldwide. Let us always understand ourselves that we are powerful people. We are powerful people. We can make mightily corrupt fall and humble rise. Who can change the people's mindset from self-interest to common interest, individualism to collectivism, dictatorial to democratic, bad governance to good governance, kleptocracy to ethical government, kratocracy to fair democracy, and kakistocracy to efficient government. In fact, as we discussed about the influence of media through changing nature of press in our society vis-a-vis our working system, despite the worldwide emergence of new media, the effect of old and traditional media can never be underestimated. Even in this 21st century, radio continues to dominate as a medium of transmitting and getting news and information all over the world. There are billions of people who will never read content in a web browser, send SMS, WhatsApp, tweet, even read an email. This demographic maturity will be with us for some time. And the most effective way to reach them is through radio. And continuing like in continent, knuckling times in Uramil, were great things and privilege to be counted in society. Today it is said that there are 1.4 billion television sets in the world that allow nearly 5 billion access to news, information, and entertainment. In the meantime, we must know that not only 21st century methods of press and media communication are high-tech. Even at this time of social media and digital era, still traditional media and oral methods are found most effective to reach many remaining hidden people all over the world. Still, two-thirds of world Still, 2/3 of people worldwide are oral learners. They prefer to learn through proverbs, music, poetry, and especially stories in traditional mode of conversation. As we celebrate our National Press Day today, on the theme, Changing Nature of Press, as media persons, all of us, in this era of fast-changing nature of press, we must think seriously how we are delivering our reports in terms of fastness, relevancy, accuracy, and reliability. We must also change our own mindset of dependency and make ourselves more proactive in trying to bring about a positive change in our people's lives by identifying their problems, needs, and also suggest solutions. I hope as we are thinking deeply about changing nature of press today, it shall also help us to change ourselves into more creative, smart, adaptable, reliable, and efficient media men and women as most powerful agents of positive change in our land. Happy National Press Day, friends. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing us your thoughts. Like the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. To the message of Sir Akam, let us remember that journalists have the responsibility to report the truth with thorough research, free from bias and manipulation. Let us also remember that journalists and media house serve as messenger to the public. So at the end of the day, we play an important role in educating the people. As we are coming to the end of the program, I call upon Akang Chula to deliver the word of thanks.
Thank you, friends, for being here this afternoon. I would like to start by thanking our team speaker, Sir Temjen Jamir, for always being there for the press club whenever we are in need of. He's always willing and he's always there for us. We would also like to mention that in the past few years, we have been using the facility of Press Point, the office, Tir Yimyim office at supermarket, and the press club has been using the service without any cost, and so we are thankful for that. I would also like to thank Dr. Akam Longchari for the insightful thoughts and for calling out the media fraternity here with the things that he has shared today. I hope that we will be able to take it forward through ways of engaging and conversations for the not just for the welfare of the media fraternity, but for the future. I would also like to take this time to thank Imkong Waling, the president of Dimapur Press Club, for his leadership. As we all know that in the month of December, we will be celebrating the 25th year of the press club, and the task is huge, and therefore, even as I mentioned, acknowledge his leadership, I would also like to call on each and every one of us here to be part of the celebration by ways of supporting in whatever ways we can. Lastly, I would also like to thank each and every one of us here present for the program this afternoon. Thank you so much for your presence, for Henley for leading us throughout the program, and even as we disperse, the press club has arranged lunch for all of us, so I would like to request you all to kindly partake in that lunch. And before we disperse for the lunch, we would also like to request all of us to stay back for a group photo. Thank you.